My plane to Taiwan landed and the fasten seatbelt light went off. Passengers surged out of their seats, trying to be first off the plane. Not me, I sat. I had things to think about. It was January 10, 1985. It was a rainy Thursday night. It was my first time to Asia. Well, I was an international student, so I had a place in a university, but that's all I had. There was no one there to meet me, and I didn't know one person. I needed a job to survive. I didn't know where I was going to live. Hell, I didn't even know where I was going to sleep that night. And that while I knew a few Chinese words, I certainly couldn't speak Chinese. That sounds bad, but it gets worse. I'd bought a one-way ticket across the Pacific, and that while I had some money, I didn't have enough money for a ticket home. Well, you would think I'd be nervous getting off that plane, but I was scared. This video is the first I've ever posted, but it's the first in a series called Adapting to Western Culture. My target market are international students and Westerners who want to know more about where Western culture comes from and how it affects our daily life. For international students, my goal is not to make you a Westerner. My goal is that you are now comfortable and successful living, working, and studying in the West. I hope to post one video a week. We'll see. Now, back to the story. What happened to that scared Canadian young man? It wasn't always easy, especially at the beginning. Taiwan wasn't just different, it was strange. Some things the Taiwanese did and now wanted me to do were, in my opinion, wrong, bad, impolite. I didn't understand what was going on around me, and that made me uncomfortable. Well, now it's your turn. I'm certain that some of the things that Westerners do and now want you to do are, in your opinion, wrong, bad, impolite, incorrect. Well, making you feel comfortable with that is why I'm here. Let's start with bad news. A rule of cross-culture is that to be successful, you need to do things that you think are wrong, bad, impolite, incorrect. This is a problem. To do wrong things on purpose is difficult. It's uncomfortable. Everything about doing them is negative. You were taught they were wrong, you believe they are wrong, and you have a little mother on your shoulder telling you that they are wrong. It's very difficult to go against such pressure. Well, the good news is that it's actually not that hard to overcome this. What you need first is a positive reason for doing wrong things. Where do you find that positive reason? Well, the easy answer is from me. How do I know these things? Personal experience. After about a year and a half in Taiwan, I really still didn't understand Chinese ways, and it was frustrating. I was thinking of giving up and going home. Then one day I had an idea about cross-culture, changed my life. It's the best idea I've ever had. It's the reason I'm sitting here talking to you. It gave me a new perspective on cross-culture, especially on communication and building relationships. I started working in the cross-culture business in 1987, and to my surprise, I ended up living in Taiwan happily for 14 years that time. I had a fabulous career. I led expensive cross-culture workshops and seminars on 4 continents. I wrote books on cross-culture. I advised individuals, groups, and companies. I led multicultural teams. For 15 years, I was an advisor for the international trade part of the Swiss government on doing business with Chinese. I helped Chinese adapt to the West, including my Taiwanese wife of 30 years. I'm not a teacher, though. I'm not a professor. I'm a freelance corporate trainer, consultant, author, public speaker, blah, blah, blah. I've worked for myself since 1990. I never forgot, though, how hard it was to be an international student. So instead of retiring, I've created a new company, Crossculture Solutions, to pass on my knowledge to a younger generation. This video series is both an introduction and a summary of what you will find on Cross-Culture Solutions. My superpower is I can make anybody smile and most people laugh. I made senior Chinese executives and important Swiss bankers laugh out loud in my workshops. Well, making people laugh online is, I'm finding, very difficult, but I'm doing my best. You should wish me luck. One more thing before I go. Of course you're going to learn that idea, but you need to learn other things first. Well, that's about it. I'll see you in the next video.